Have you been away from your business for a long time and now want to get back into it, but you're not sure exactly how to restart it? Then this is the episode for you. I'm John Sanpetro, and on this episode of the Stamping is My Business podcast, we're going to talk about how to restart your business after a long absence. Now, it could be that you had a personal emergency, some family obligation that took you away from your business. It could be that you might have been ill and that took you away from your business. It could be that you were just distracted by something and that took you away from your business. But it's amazing when those things happen, how long that period of time can stretch between the last time you really were working your business and now. And what happens is a lot of people are really unsure of what to do when that happens. They feel like they've been away for so long that they're really not sure how to restart that business. They're not sure if they even can restart that business. And so what I want to do in today's episode is I want to kind of go through a step-by-step process that you can use to restart your business. And the first step is really just a correction. I don't want you to think about this as a restart, because restart implies that you're starting from where you started before, and that's absolutely not the case, okay? Even if you've been away for a while, where you're starting from now is leaps and bounds further down the road than where you started from originally. You have a whole wealth of knowledge and experience, and you have probably a whole bunch of product, and you have a whole bunch of assets as well. So you're not really starting from zero, okay? Rather than saying restart and thinking about this as a restart, I would suggest that you think about this more as a pick up where you left off, because that's more accurate in terms of what you're doing. You're picking up where you left off. So the first step is really to shift your mindset and think about this not as a restart, but just picking up where you left off. Then you do have to kind of go through and determine your assets. It's important to know what you're working with. And so we could separate those assets into physical assets and less tangible, non-physical assets. Your physical assets obviously are going to be your product, your list, things like that. Your non-physical or less tangible assets are going to be things like your knowledge and your experience. It's really important to understand what you have to work with. The next thing I would recommend that you do is conduct a systems check. It's very possible that when you were running your business before, you didn't have the greatest systems in place. Maybe your contact management system wasn't very good. Maybe your time management system wasn't very good. Maybe your financial management system wasn't very good. This is an excellent opportunity to get those systems in order. And you want to do that for a number of reasons. Number one, it's going to make picking up your business where you left off a lot easier to do. Number two, it's going to make everything you do from this point forward a lot more effective and a lot more efficient. So let's just run through the systems that you want to check on and maybe take a moment to upgrade. You want to make sure that your contact management system is in place. And I'm not just talking about your mailing list. Obviously, That's part of it. You want to take a look at what's on your mailing list, what you have, how many people you have, that sort of thing. But you really should have some sort of a contact management system where you have a record for each of your customers and prospects, and you have in that record, you have a sub-record, I guess, of the phone calls that you've made and the content of those phone calls. You want to have somewhere in that contact record the follow-up that you've undertaken with them. You may want to have some interesting facts about them, kids' names, their interests, what events they've attended, things like that. When you have a good contact management system, you're going to be able to serve your customers better, and you're going to be able to convert your prospects into your customers at a much higher frequency, at a much higher percentage. You should also be making phone calls on a regular basis, and your contact management system is going to allow you to do that much more efficiently. Your time management system is very important. You want to make sure that you have a time management system. You want to first make sure that you have standard weekly office hours, times when you're working your business and you're not doing anything else. And you want to make sure that you have a plan for those office hours. I recommend having a daily to-do list and having that to-do list prioritized. And that way, you know what you have to accomplish every day. Now, there are some things you're going to accomplish once a week. There are some things that you need to be doing once a month. There are some things that you're going to be doing every day. But whatever you're doing, have it on that list. If you have your to-do list and you have your office hours, you're going to be much more efficient with your time. You're going to get a lot more done in a lot less time. And then finally, your financial management system is very important. You need to be keeping track of the money coming into your business and the money going out. If you're not doing that, then you're not really understanding where the strengths and the weaknesses of your business are. You're not able to make the adjustments that you need to make to maximize those strengths and to minimize those weaknesses. So get that financial management system in place. And it's so easy. All you have to do in the short term is just at the end of every day, take literally 2 minutes and make sure that you list the amount of money that you brought into your business today and the amount of money that you spent today. And if you just start there, you're going to be able to build from that. Okay, once you've done your systems check, the next thing you want to do is you want to pick up the phone. You want to reach out to your best customers and let them know that you're here. You don't have to get into a big thing about where you've been. You don't have to, you don't have to tell them about whatever it was that pulled you away from the business. You can say, I wanted to touch base with you personally and apologize. I've had a number of things going on that have pulled me away from my business, but I'm back now. And so I wanted to touch base with you to see if there's anything that I could do for you, if there's anything that you needed to order, or if you were still interested in attending my events. Just have a conversation. And most people, when you have that conversation, are going to be very receptive to it. They're going to be very happy to hear from you. And you get the ball rolling that way. Make those phone calls first. You're going to feel very good about the state of your business when you realize that the people that you had before, you still have. So make those phone calls. I know it can be tough. It seems like it's going to be difficult, but I think what will happen is when you make them, they will become surprisingly easy and even a very positive thing for you to do. After you've made the phone calls, now you want to reach out to your mailing list. And what I would suggest is that you start out, again, you don't have to make a big deal out of why you've been away, but you can do something like, hey, long time no hear from, or no time no see. Sorry about that. A couple of things pulled me away from the business, but I am back now. And as a thank you for sticking with me, here's a $5 gift certificate for your next order. You know, it doesn't have to be anything big, but just a little show of gratitude. And what will happen is people will pick up the phone and call you, or they will email you, and they will order, and they will use that $5 gift certificate, or they will come to your events. But reaching out and just getting back into the swing of your email is really, really important. I would also recommend holding an event, holding some kind of a kickoff event. Maybe it's going to be an open house. Okay, maybe it's just going to be a big class, or if it's an online, if you're primarily an online business, and hold some kind of an online event, hold a watch party on Facebook Live or something like that, but just something to bring everybody back together as a thank you. And don't charge for it or anything like that. The open house you wouldn't charge for. The Facebook watch party you wouldn't charge for. The class you may have to charge for, but they can use their $5 gift certificate to offset some of the cost of that class. But just have some kind of a big event to just get things rolling again, and to get your list and your customers focused on the fact that you are back. Okay? And then finally, just move forward. Don't make that big a deal out of the fact that you've been away. The bigger deal you make out of it, the bigger deal your customers are going to make out of it. So don't make a big deal out of it. Once you've done all of these other steps, now it's just business as usual. Now you're just getting back into your regular emails, your regular phone calls, your regular events, your regular marketing, and you're just back in business. And I would not look behind me at all. Everything is just looking forward. Okay? So these are the steps that I would take if I were away from my business and I needed to get it going again after a long absence. And just to review, first of all, mindset shift. It's not a restart. We're picking up where we left off. Number 2, determine your assets. Number 3, do a systems check. Number 4, reach out to everybody by phone. Number 5, reach out to everyone by email. Number 6, hold an event. And finally, number 7, just move forward. If you follow these steps, you're going to be back in business in no time at all. If you enjoyed this episode of the Stamping is My Business podcast, please feel free to like it, share it, subscribe to it, and listen to more. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, our website, stampingismybusiness.com, and on our Facebook page, facebook.com/stampingismybusiness. If you have questions or ideas for future episodes, please email them to me at john@stampingismybusiness.com. This is John Sanpetro, and I'm just trying to get you paid.